Hi everyone, I'm PD Mangan of RogueHealthAndFitness.com. This video is for educational purposes only. I want to advise you that you should consult a physician before you change your diet or take any supplement. This is not medical advice. When elderly people are in the hospital and have to rest in bed for long stretches of time, muscle loss is a great problem. A study showed that healthy people age 67 who were put in bed, strict bed rest for 10 days, lost a whole kilogram of muscle from their lower body. Now when you include the upper body, if you talk about people who are already ill, the muscle loss could be much greater, and this is bad for health. The other big problem when people are ill for long stretches of time is infections. Now, 1 in 25 people who goes into a hospital comes out with an infection, or rather they acquire an infection when they're in the hospital. Now, those are for the entire population. For elderly people and people who are already ill, I think we can say that the infection rate is going to be even higher than that. So, what do you do when you're in the hospital or when you're sick for a long stretch of time to prevent the muscle loss and the infections? Well, the provision of protein in the form of whey protein can provide amino acids to the patient, and this is very important for immune function and for the prevention of muscle loss. And there was one study that showed that a mere 8 grams of essential amino acids provided daily dropped the infection rate of elderly people in long-term care by 40%. Now, recently, a very elderly family member of mine was in the hospital for quite a while, 10 days in intensive care, and after that for about 3 weeks in a rehabilitation hospital. And she had no appetite, she was in bed, and I wanted to make sure she was losing weight, and I wanted to try to prevent muscle loss as much as I could, and to prevent her from getting an infection. So what I did was I took her a shake that I made up daily and had her eat it. Now, when people are in the hospital, there are a number of factors besides the bed rest. The fact that they're elderly, they may have no appetite, and hospital food is generally, well, maybe not generally, but it can be pretty lousy. It can be low in protein, high in sugar, flapjacks for breakfast, that kind of thing, that provides little nutritive value to the patient. So what I did was I made up this whey protein shake, and I'm going to show you how I did it. First of all, I started out with whey protein. This is NutriBio whey protein concentrate. It's cold processed and undenatured, and it's the healthiest kind of whey that you can get. So I'm going to go over here to my NutriBullet, which is my blender that I use to make shakes. And I'm going to take some filtered water and pour about half of that in there. And I'm going to start out with my whey protein, and I'm going to take a scoop. This is chocolate flavored, and so we have here about 20 grams of whey protein. We'll just put it right in there. Now, whey protein has the advantage of producing what the academics call rapid amino acidemia. In other words, it's easily dissolved and easily absorbed from the gut, and when someone drinks whey protein, the amino acids from the whey protein rapidly rise in the bloodstream and provide those amino acids right away to the muscles and other tissues where they're needed. This is one reason bodybuilders love whey protein so much. You take it after a workout and bam, you've got those amino acids. Whey protein has the slight disadvantage that there is a relatively rapid decline in those amino acids, mirroring the rise. So say after a couple of hours, after the whey is taken, the amino acids start to drop. Now, since I wanted to provide this family member with quite a bit of protein that would last a while. We'll go to my next step, which is to add some casein protein. Casein is another form of milk protein, and it lasts in the system much longer, for hours. So what I'm going to do here is take a heaping tablespoon of casein and put it right in there. Now, since my family member couldn't eat and wasn't getting very good nutrition, I wanted to make sure that we provided some other things for her. So I put some B vitamins in there. So we're going to take half of a tablet of these B50s and drop it right in there. The other thing I wanted to make sure my family member had was magnesium. So we've got magnesium citrate here. There's 200 milligrams of magnesium in each one. And we're going to drop it right in. So, so far we've got whey, casein, we've got B vitamins and magnesium. Now, another thing that is helpful for immunity is omega-3 fatty acids like you get in fish oil. I think we can be sure that most hospital patients are not getting very many of these, unless they serve fish in the hospital, which I've never seen that. Maybe some hospitals do, but in any case, I've got my Twin Lab Norwegian cod liver oil here. It is actually cherry flavored, and I'm going to put a teaspoon in there, which provides a gram of omega-3 fatty acids. So the next step is that my family member was tired all the time, and she looked like she could use a lift. So the next thing I did was I put coffee in it. Instant coffee. I'm going to put about a teaspoon in here. And then one final step was that because she was not eating, she needed more calories. Because not only is protein important, but calories are important too. The protein is going to prevent the muscle loss and hopefully greatly lower the rate of infection and prevent the possibility of infection. But calories are necessary too. So here we got the real stuff: cream, 40%, heavy whipping cream. This is what you need. The real deal. Don't use half and half or any of that lightweight stuff. We're going to put a good dollop of cream in there. So I think we're about ready to go here, and I'll just put the top on here and put it in my NutriBullet. You probably need to mix it just a little bit longer than you normally would, because we've got the solid capsules in there and they need to be ground up fine. There you go. That's pretty good, really. The whey and the casein proteins are flavored, and so it gives a nice taste to it. It doesn't taste medicinal by any means. And if the person who can't drinks it, who drinks this, has a problem with it, you can use a straw. So you just hold it up and drink it through a straw. So the ingredients for for this drink I'll have on my website, roguehealthandfitness.com. And I want to say again, this is not medical advice. Please consult a doctor before you give this to any ill person or take it yourself. It's for educational purposes only. Thanks. Come to my website and take a look.